Hello friends, welcome to Electronics Validation channel. In today's video, we are going to cover all about the electromagnetic interference. What is electromagnetic interference, how it is to be generated, how it is coupled with the other devices and how it is going to affect. And in last, we will cover the EMC classification. In these pictures, you can see that these are the limit lines which defined by the standards, and this is the electromagnetic interference which coupled with the devices, systems or equipments and creates the malfunctions. The target of the electronics design engineer is here this EMI electromagnetic interference should be below the limit line. Okay, so we'll see in detail. Okay, so how we can define the EMI? EMI is nothing but the unwanted phenomena or unwanted noise which creates the malfunction into the equipment, system or anything. In these pictures you can see that walkie-talkie is our source which generate the electromagnetic interference. This radiated wave is nothing but the radiated coupling. It is coupled with our victim. I am just showing here the TV set, and because of this electromagnetic interference you can observe the lines on the TV or some type of the sound, cracking sound coming from the TV, or your TV may stop the operation also. So anything can be happen due to this electromagnetic interference. Now we will see the different sources of electromagnetic interference. So all the electronics equipment are the sources of electromagnetic interference. For example, I'm just showing here for the radio frequency emission, all the wireless communication system are the sources of interference, whether it is the radio communication, TV communications, Wi-Fi communications, radar communications. In electrical equipment, high power industrial equipment, induction furnace, welding machine, stator control system, office equipment, power system. In the transmission and distribution of system is also the sources of electromagnetic interference. Lightning is also the source of the electromagnetic interference. ESD, electrostatic discharge, it is also the electromagnetic interference. And the potential victims, the victim is the low power circuitry is our victim. Means we can say that the your sensors or microcontroller based circuits. Now we have to see how electromagnetic interference is produced. So this EMI is produced due to the rapid change of voltage and current. A rapid change of voltage and current means this continuous switching of voltage and current into the circuit, which is responsible for the creation of electromagnetic interference, that we will understand through the example. For that, I have considered here the circuitry of the step down DC-DC converter. These are the input voltage, output voltage, capacitor, MOSFET 1 named here as a switch 1, MOSFET 2, switch 2, inductor, capacitor. The red line indicates the path of current. So when the switch 1 is on, switch 2 is off, this is the path of current. When the switch 1 is off, switch 2 is on, this is the path of current. So when the continuous switching is occurs between the switch 1 and 2, high frequency ringing is created into the circuits, and because of the high frequency ringing is responsible for the creation of noise voltage. V is equals to L di by dt. Such type of the ringing is created inside the circuit, and this ringing is created due to the parasitic component present inside the circuits. The parasitic component means the inductance of the wiring harness is a parasitic component of this MOSFETs. Capacitor also has the inductance. So these are the component which creates the noise inside the circuits. And this noise, again it's categorized into the two types. One is a common mode noise and the differential mode noise. The differential mode noise flows inside the loop. Common mode noise flows through the cable. This blue line, this blue arrow line indicates the differential mode current path, which is the same as the direction of power supply current, and this is the common mode noise current is the same of the positive line and the return line. If you are going to measure these two noise, differential mode noise and common mode noise, means you are going to measure conducted interference. Means conducted interference, again it is categorized into the two types, differential mode noise and the common mode noise. And this conducted interference is responsible for the radiated interference. We cannot confine the differential mode noise and the common mode noise inside the circuit, that it will radiate into the space, and that is called as the radiated emissions. Now we have to see how this noise couple with the other. Now is EMI coupling method. Coupling, what is the coupling? It's a transfer of energy from source to victim. So there are the four types of coupling: conductive coupling, capacitive coupling, inductive coupling, and one more is radiative coupling. So start with the conductive coupling. In conductive coupling, there is a direct electrical contact between the source and victim through the transmission line, wire, cable, PCB trace, or any metal enclosures. This common mode noise, differential mode noise comes into the conductive coupling. You can see here this differential mode noise current can disturb the power supply current and creates the any malfunction into the circuit. Same it is applicable for the common mode noise current. Now comes to the capacitive coupling. When the two conductors placed in a parallel, due to the stray capacitance between the conductor, the capacitive coupling is occur, and due to the mutual inductance between the two conductors, the inductive coupling is occur. The last is a radiative coupling. So in radiative coupling, the source acts as a transmitter antenna and victim acts as a receiver antenna. I already told you we can't confine noise inside the circuit for much time. It will radiate it through the space, and this radiated noise affect to the victim. So these are the four coupling: radiative coupling, inductive coupling, conductive coupling, and capacitive coupling. Now we will see the EMC classifications. So the EMC broadly classified into the two types: emissions and immunity. Emissions, again it is categorized into the two types: conducted emission, radiated emission. Immunity, again it is categorized into the two types: conducted immunity, radiated immunity. In conducted emissions, we are measure the interference through the cable, and in radiated emissions we are measure the interference through the space. Okay, in radiated immunity we bombard the field through the space over the DUT or the system and check the immunity, and in conducted immunity we inject the current or power through the cable and check the immunity. Means our product or DUT is compatible in this four tests: conducted emissions, radiated emissions, conducted immunity, and radiated immunity. Then it is called as EMC compatible. If you want to know what is EMC, why EMC test having the requirement, I already make one video. I mentioned the link in the description. Please go and watch it. Thank you.